Lisa Smith from KC. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Get that barbecue all ready for the Saturday cookout. Did they say cookout in Kansas City? I know they say it in Kentucky. I had a brother-in-law that married a gal from Kentucky. They always called it cookouts. Out here we call them barbecue. At least where I grew up. Sir Miles in the house. Good to see Sir Miles. Good to see all you colorful people. Cookout or barbecue, either one. Polska Bob is back delivering flowers and hanging out with the cowboy. I think Cowboy's busy trucking. Anyhow, I figured I'd jump on. All of the nighttime stuff is with other good content creators. I got Revs in the house. Good to see Rev. Rev will like this live stream. He's the poster boy for minimalism, as we all are trying to be. Live from the UK, home of The Sims. I think wherever English, I just think, man, you know, it's the Simp army is full of Green Berets. That's for sure. JR's in the house. Good to see JR. Go Shura. What's up with you, brother? We got, hope your Saturday's doing well. I'm taking a long walk in NYC. Get a slice of pizza for the rad. Took my boy, we went and worked out, and then we had some lunch. Went to the bike shop, and now we're back. So let's talk about minimalism and why it's important. This is a modern day threat to our female counterparts. Women love to spend. How do I know this? I have a daughter that got into consumption. I think it's ingrained in most of these gals, 98% of them. But my wife spent. I mean, it didn't matter what the hell the damn thing was. She constantly spent. She was a lot better than most gals. She actually could understand what a budget was and what income meant versus going out. But in the end, women like to spend. They like to consume. They like to purchase. It has something to do with having supply. It has something to do with the ability to get the warm fuzzies when that cash register goes off. But men love minimalism, right? We don't need a lot. Take a look at the department stores. 90% is geared towards women's tastes. 10% to men, right? We go to the suit part, we buy some jeans, we go to the shoe and the boot area, and that's it, and the tool section. Other than that, we don't need a lot in our life. We really don't. The more cluttered that we have, the more mentally sick we are, right? JR, New York, great pizza and punk rock. Hell yeah. Ramones. Rebel, ironically enough, I have to deliver a wedding in about an hour, says Polska Bob. Think about this. So if you're a minimalist, where is your energy? Think about it. And that's what kind of more important about this stream is when you don't have to worry about so many things in your life, that energy is able to go other places. You can obviously take care of yourself better, have more excitement by doing natural things, hiking, running, biking, swimming, hanging out at the beach. You don't have all this clutter to maintain. They say that those that have so many things in their life become sicker mentally and physically because of all of the issues that all of the things that they have. Remember, if you want to go and talk about the Buddhists, the Buddha or Jesus, some of the two big figures in the history of the world, they were minimalists. Jesus had a pair of sandals. Buddha walked around with a tunic, but yet they figured life was better without attachment to anything. And I think that's what we have to understand. Where are we attaching our energy? Are we attaching it to the consumption of new, more and more and more things? Or are we attaching that energy to what we can control? Because eventually they've done reports that said, hey, a new car, that feeling wears off within literally 2 or 3 days. A new house takes about a week for it to wear off. That new diamond ring, 16 hours. So we're constantly seeking, and in the end, we don't get anywhere. Simple as that. AZ, minimalism is a threat to our daring D's because they don't understand it. I have still lingering lady offends, and I'm trying to get them out of my life and getting them dollars. Well said, brother. David Castro is back. Polska says New York pizza is garbage. Dude, I wish I was the poster boy. Getting these, though, a little better each day. You're doing fine. Rev. I mean, I'm not saying don't have anything. Don't have so much stuff that in 3 to 4 hours you can't, bug out, right? Don't have 15 bikes, don't have 30 pairs of shoes. We don't really need that much. Do the things that'll make your life easier. The less things you have, the less maintenance and cleaning and issues you have to deal with it. Lisa says in department stores, the men's section is in the back or against a far wall. I noticed that at JCPenney going to buy my husband dress shirts. I'm telling you, everything is geared to the female consumption module in their head. And women love to spend. My mother loved, at one point, loved to spend. My sisters love to spend. My daughter loves to spend. My ex-wife loves it. Her mother was the worst. My ex-mother-in-law, she spent when she had no money, right? We don't need those things. Resistance, band training, and kettlebells and calisthenics is all I need while I'm on the road driving a truck to earn money, says Alex. Good to have Alex here. MGTOW Cowboy is driving a truck. Batman Forever. Bowman, Boware also. That's all you need. I mean, I tell these guys, and I'm glad these guys are out here doing this. Shout out to the truckers. But hey, if you got to a point, and when the guys call me and email me, what should I do? Start driving the truck. You have a place to stay and sleep. You'll make money. They give you per diem, what have you. Get back on your feet in a year to 18 months. Then decide what you can do. Shout out to the deep dish pizzas out there. Rev, out, no extra weight. Rather have Buddha, Jesus, and Schopenhauer than these Lucy's. Some of the greatest men were minimalists. I mean, even Steve Jobs, regardless of what you think of him, I mean, he had some issues with competitive. He was very much into Buddhism. Apparently, his house only had like a really nice speaker set, very bare rooms, and look what he performed, right? We don't need a lot. That's as simple as that. I love any brand pizza that makes a Philly cheesesteak pizza with jalapenos, no onions. Shout out to the jalapenos. Gary Pill. Hey, Rad. How are you, man? Good to have you, brother. Mysterio from Winnipeg is back. Thanks for doing this special episode of minimalism. I was thinking about that today. I was thinking what do we truly need as men to be successful? Now, when we were married or in long-term relationships or living with someone, there was a constant need to acquire more and more and more, generally generated by our counterparts. But once you leave that, you realize how much little you need. Both of my parents passed away. They left me so much stuff. Garage sales coming up soon. Good to see you, Pablo. Hope you are well. Women buy an expensive outfit and pairs of shoes and only wear it a few times. That's the thing with me. I mean, I remember buying my bicycle. I was going to get a nice bike, bought a Santa Cruz. And I'm like, I'm riding this thing. I'm putting 5,000 miles on it. I'm almost to 5,000 miles, but I'm still going to keep riding it. Why? It's never done me wrong. It has never done me wrong. So buy quality pieces. Buy boots that are going to last. Don't spend $60 on a pair of boots. Spend $250 because I guarantee that $250 will go 5 to 10 years. That $60 pair of boots is going to last you for 6 months, right? Buy quality vehicles that you know are reliable. You might spend $2,000 to $3,000 more, but that $2,000 to $3,000 more is going to go probably 8 to 10 years longer because the way it's built. Buy solid jeans, right? Buy solid flannels that you know are going to stick around for more than one season. Do the things that you need to do so you don't have to constantly consume. And when you need things, if you can get them off Amazon, or whatever delivered to you, that just removes the time that you need to go to the store to acquire it. Now, some people like to go to the store to get out, to see people. That's great too. But, find out what makes your life great. AZ says move. There you go. You know what the biggest issue, though, with men, is the ability to change. A lot of men have a struggle to change their environment, change who they hang out with, change what they do. We don't like change as a human species because we look at it as difficult. But once we begin to learn to change and live with less, your life gets better. People actually that were sick, that lived under so many things that they had in their house, so many possessions, once they gave that up, their health improved. I'm always baffled when visiting a woman's home just how cluttered it is with TikTok and trinkets. My living room is pretty bare if you take out my books. Michael Fulton. There you go. Books are awesome. I love to hold a book in my hand. Good to have you back. Timmy Kramer, our forever bachelor. I golf twice a week all summer. A round golf cost me $15. Taking out a bimbo cost me $150. And what's the return on investment? You love playing the golf. And Timmy sends me pictures of the food he makes on the back of his Forerunner. Just amazing, loving, beautiful dishes. Now, but, Western world has made us consume and learn to consume over the last 150, 200 years. Mysterio, in October, I plan to purchase my clothes and donate to Salvation Army. I don't need tons of clothes. Well said. We don't need a lot of clothes. 3 pairs of jeans, a couple pairs of shorts, 7 or 8 t-shirts, 4 or 5 flannels. You could probably put all that, maybe a suitcase for a special occasion. You can put all that in the suitcase. If you've got a large suitcase, if you need more space for a large suitcase, you got too many clothes. When I go to Mexico, I have a 40-liter military pack. It doesn't look big, but I put 12 t-shirts in it, 4 pairs of shirts. With Mexico, it gets so humid, you got to literally go through two t-shirts a day. A couple socks, an extra pair of sandals, my toiletries. I'm great. We don't need a lot. JR says, exactly right. I wear my boots down to the bone. Got to buy a quality pair of boots. I like Fry boots. Red Wings are good boots. Thursday boots I heard are pretty good. I'm only taking a carload of shit with me to Atlanta. Everything else will be in storage, going for that ultra minimal experience while in ATL. Well, you're going to have to document that, Rev. Document it on your channel. October is when I'm on 3 weeks of vacation. That's when I have to look at what I need or don't need in my condo. And I get rid of, even when I moved out of the marital house to the apartment and the apartment to my house now, I dumped a ton of stuff and I didn't have a lot of stuff. If anything, I have furniture and give that away, sell it. And then I have those mementos, stuff that I grew up with, pictures and so forth. That's pretty much all I have. And, some cool posters around the house. But other than that, I don't need a lot. I can donate all of my cookingware to Goodwill, all of my bedding, all of that stuff, and literally probably have 12 boxes of stuff and my bike and my car and my skateboards. Alex says, every man has his own strengths and weaknesses. Identifies yours, and from there, identify what you want to do or go in life and succeed. In that, no one will succeed the same. Very well said. Good words of advice from Alex. Change, evolve, and level up, Go Shura. 100%. Change is the constant of life. Things staying the same is not reality. Even relationships change. People need to study the concept of the baseline. Every individual has a natural tendency lean towards a baseline behavior and the minimal. The problem is society manipulates via culture. Couldn't have said it better, AZ. Because I can tell you that you can drown yourself in booze, drugs, games, or social media and sedate yourself from life. You will succeed in being effed up with flying colors. Absolutely. A lot of guys do that. They give up. Rad, as a salesman, it's all about propaganda and manipulation. Men fall for it because of the biggest dopamine life. The way I sell is I paint a really good picture. That's how I do it. I have a lot of rock and roll tees, so that will stay. The colored shirts that are just black or white with nothing on them will go. I got rock and roll t-shirts too, my brother. Good afternoon, room. And Rebel Against Defeat says Men's Daily. Men's Daily's got a channel as well. Check him out. We lost almost everything we own in an apartment fire about 5.5 years ago. Oh, wow, Lisa. Thrift stores and estate sales were our best friends. Rebuilding, it makes you think twice about what you really need. Guys, I go to the thrift store all the time. I found an old pair of skateboarding pads, Rectors, I know how much they cost. They're going for $300 to $400 online. I bought them for $5. Didn't need them, so I sold them, made $250 on it. I love going and finding weird things. I love to buy picture frames with the glass. You can go get a glass picture frame, a used one, for $3 or $4. Take the stupid picture out. You got the glass and the wood frame. Put your picture in it. Paint the frame. It's probably an ugly green or vomit color. Paint it black. I got them all over. Those frames, just to go to the store and buy them, are like $40 to $50. Just the frame and glass. You can get them at thrift shops. Check it out if you want to hang some cool stuff up. If you had to move, what would it be? Would it be a big ordeal for you with what you... No. I think I could get out of everything. Let's just say I got rid of all my furniture for free or sold it for dirt. I could probably be out within 12 hours. I never get tired of minimalism discussions. Great stuff, says Silver Surf Studio. Hey, anything we can do to help each other. My ex stole my Metallica Creeping Death. Sorry to hear that, brother. I knew a gal who threw out all of her boyfriend or her exes. I guess he had vintage Playboys. She threw them out. CJ's in the house. Check out CJ's channel. The saying less is more is incredibly true as it pertains to the mindless spending and acquiring of junk that most women do. Men are normally smarter with finances and are natural minimalists. Correct. I think that's how we're built. We don't like to acquire. Women do. It's as simple as that. Good to have you, CJ. Check out CJ's channel as well. Rav's place is Spartan and awesome. Yeah, Rev's been here. Stayed with me. I still think I got too much crap. Good afternoon, brother, says Ghost Lachlan is in the house. Good evening, gent. Hope all is well. Lone Wolf MGTOW says, I have a lot of rock and roll metal t-shirts from Hot Topic and Spencer's. That's all I wear most of the time. Well, as long as one says Ramones or Sex Pistols or Kiss, I'm down with that. Old man Odin is in the house. Minimalism is incredibly easier when you do not seek validation in people and or things. Value and appreciation of self will limit you having to hide behind possessions to appear more important. That's well said. Great comment right there, CJ. Once you are sure of yourself, you really don't care what people think. The reason I work out and do the things I do because it brings me enjoyment and a sense of accomplishment. You know, on my 50th birthday, I hiked to the top, the second highest peak, and I was going to do it. And I enjoyed every step, even though it was challenging. You do the things that you set your hopes on. We shouldn't be going to the, you know, when I was married, I obviously went to Home Depots and Targets and worked in the yard and all that crap because we had things to maintain. One of the biggest areas in my life that I wanted to focus on when I moved into my house was I wanted a house that had everything done for it. I have a homeowners association that does all of the yard work, all of the snow removal. That's what I wanted because if I didn't have to spend my time in the yard, now I'm not saying yard work is bad. I enjoy it, but I wanted to enjoy, I've been mowing lawns for 35 years, ever since I was 13. I wanted to have my time spent hiking, biking, eating, experiencing life with friends, traveling. I didn't want to have to worry about grass, fertilizing grass, all that crap. But that's just me. Lone Wolf says these women have too many options. Yes, they do. Lone Wolf reminding us men the true nature of reality of our female counterparts. Most men get caught into buying for BS, hedonic treadmill of lies of what it's all worth. I had so much crap in that house and I didn't buy it. She took it, which I didn't want it. My home has empty bedrooms and nothing hanging on the walls. I sleep with the baby with zero debt and savings in the band. I'm simple, says Timmy the Forever Bachelor. Well said. I have one room that has a bed in it, and that's it. It was supposed to be for my boy, but, you know, he's off to college and everything now. I got another room where Rev stayed. It's got a couch in it. Guys sleep on that couch. And just my middle floor and my bed. My bedroom, I don't even have a headboard. I just have a mattress and a frame. I don't even have a dresser. I have a suitcase, and I've got built-in shelves in my closet. That's my basic dresser. and I said, I could get a dresser, but I just don't want to haul it upstairs. Just another thing. I'm fine living out. I've been living out of a suitcase for 7 years anyways. I could care less. JR says, still got a Ramon shirt from 09. It's a little tight over my chest. There you go. Minimalism is a MGTOW tenet and the main reason we're enemies of the state, because the state has weaponized consumption and usury and needs us to accomplish this. Well said, Ghost. I recently completely decluttered my bedroom and living room, made it super simple, much clearer, head now, and more focused. Greatest thing, if you haven't worn a piece of clothing in a year, and I've got to do this, get rid of it. If you haven't used something, get rid of it. Completely begin to minimalize your life. Minimalize the folks that you don't need in your life. Remove them. Minimalize the trips that you take all over the place. You know, begin to live in a frame of pure self sustainment. Baseline for 200 rad, like CJ says, when things stop making sense, subtract. Well said, brother. Joseph White, just had an argument with my separated wife about this. She said it's because I like being mediocre. Divorce will be going through. Well, hang in there, brother. If you need any help, you can send me an email, rebelagainstdefeat@gmail.com. Joseph, where are you at? We know what that's like. I was told I was a cheapskate. Oh, really? I just don't want to buy shit I don't need. At your place right now, the building is responsible for the grass, right? Correct. I live in a single family house, but we have a HOA that goes around. I don't have any grass. It's basically shrubs and a bark dust with a sprinkler system. I don't touch any of that crap. I've been on a binge that last 7 days watching some of your older videos. I had no idea your library of material was so extensive. I thought you did live chats, but good Lord. Yeah, I started off early just doing some little, they used to be like 5 or 6 minutes and I knocked them down. I just didn't have much to say, you know? Again, minimalistic in videos as well. Now, but yeah, appreciate the shout out, CJ. I'm going to get rid of some stuff after hearing this. I have so much shit. I need almost none of it. I am John. What? Listen to that statement. I'm getting rid of some stuff after hearing this. I have so much shit and I need almost none of it. That should be a bumper sticker. I am John. Good to have you in the chat. Reminding us, you know what? That literally, I guarantee, go fill up 2 boxes of stuff that you don't need. Just 2 boxes. You know, a little moving box. Get rid of it. You're going to feel so much better and you're going to constantly want to do it. Female nature is what it is. Sometimes I think these women can't be any different, even if they want. I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that statement. Female nature is female nature. They're just wired differently than us. That's why men can live in literally very difficult situations, because we are wired to be those type of people. Now there's men out here. I mean, I live around some guys that, I think they're pretty minimalistic, but they do consume quite a bit. They do like consumption. Not like women do. I live in a condo. I do have a storage space in the basement. There you go, brother. Men would be natural minimalists anyway if women didn't exist. Most guys' garages and driveways are full of overpriced vehicles to impress women. Ooh, isn't that the truth? My garage has some skate pictures, some posters, my bike stuff, my skateboards, my snowboards, some stuff from high school, 4 or 5 boxes from growing up, and that's it. And my tools. Love me some tools. Issues with the girl I was dating a few months back who always critiqued me only having items I need in my home. She always wanted me to overspend on mindless junk, and I would tell her I'm happy. That's a threat. When a woman sees a man not spending and being a minimalist, it threatens her. It threatens her in a way because she thinks, man, I can't really get this guy to buy me stuff because he didn't buy shit for himself. Think about it. This is minimalism show is similar to your fake up show. Reduction is the key. Thanks. Thanks, Mysterio. All right, Bob's out. Gotcha. Rad, do any HOEs work at the HOA? Oh, I'm sure. Our HOA is a joke. Total joke. So you got a house with an HOA to take care of your outside home tasks. Yeah, I want to get either a condo or townhome. I don't have a condo or townhome. There's townhomes by the house. There's no condos. A condos is basically an apartment complex. A townhome is you can literally separate the house from the other house. There should be a cement wall between them. I live in a single family. I have about 10 feet between my houses. So I don't share a wall with anyone. I don't share a roof. Everything that I have is mine. We're individual units, but we are part of this neighborhood. So we have a pool and we have, grass and things like that. So I don't have to take care of it. Men are wired to be minimalism because we are hunters. Chicks were gatherers in the village. Well, well said. You think about it. When the man was out hunting back in the day, he probably had, obviously, his arrows, his bow, and a backpack. That's it. What else is he going to carry? Nothing. So he had to be minimalist in how he was going to survive in the elements, right? And I think you're absolutely right. It goes back to our natural prehistoric days. Wedding is a funeral with an overpriced cake. Some of these cakes, you're like, what the F? Like hundreds of dollars for a cake. The only stuff that I own on my drum equipment, guitars, game consoles, a bike, and some weights. That's perfect. Oh my God, I got an acoustic and a Fender guitar. But I'm sitting at a 21-inch Mac I got in 2009, brand new. It still runs really good. I upgraded the RAM, paid $1,200. It's been a wonderful machine for 13 years, and I probably get another 3-5 years out of it because I've upgraded the RAM and so forth. And this is 13-year-old camera. And guys are like, go out and buy this brand new camera and get off. That's great. No, my phone's better than that. That's why I do short videos. But I don't need a lot. I don't need to go and purchase something when it's working tremendously as is. What am I going to get? A thinner screen, maybe a little bit quicker processing. I don't game on my computer, so I'm going to use the things that I live by, which is buy quality shit that you don't have to replace. We moved our son back to college last week. He only took what he needed, clearing it out. It's good to know there's only one of those clothing donation boxes a few blocks away. I'll be at it. That's perfect. Even at the grocery store, we have a donation box for books. I mean, and I like books, but do we need all of our books? When was the last time I read the book? Donate it. Maybe someone will see value in it, right? HOA is just another Bangerstein Tribal trend. I agree. Pay $100 for it. Should be like 20. Women today have 6 outfits just for the gym, says Timmy Kramer. Oh my gosh. Is that not a revenue source for the clothing companies now to really push the gym workout? I mean, there's a time I went 4 or 5 days a week. I'd see these gals in different, and I wear the same t-shirt and shorts, maybe 2 t-shirts a week and the same shorts and the same shoes. These women literally had every goddamn color and outfit of Lululemon. Now, I like seeing it, but and those outfits, those Lululemon outfits, I think the pants are like $120 plus the top. You make it $200-$300 an outfit. Go figure. So that's where we live. We live in a minimalistic idea. We start getting rid of the things that we don't need, and we buy quality shit. How do you minimize? I think the ultimate living minimalistically is living in like a van for 16, 18 months. Never done it, but think about how minimalistic you have to get in that mindset to live in a 4 foot by 8 foot, 32 square foot container on wheels. And people are happy doing it. The only issue I would see with living in the van, which I still desire to do, some sort of van like that, a stealth living situation, is the bathroom situation. That's all. But you can go and shower at the clubs. You can get those solar showers and just park off in the forest, take a shower, what have you. But it's like, that the times when you need that toilet near you. Timmy says, I'd rather see a man spend $10K on a Rolex than a worthless diamond ring on her, because that Rolex is going up in value, and that diamond ring, it's funny, guy, I got this diamond ring for $30,000. It's worth $50, but they gave it to me for $30. All right, try to sell it today. You know what? You're going to probably get $5 grand for it. Brad, if you think about it, your whole channel is about minimalism, the way you do your shows and your answers to your questions. Your content is many as well, not 5 days a week and 5-hour shows. Well, I think a lot of guys really like the connection. I try to bring topics that just help me and help others. I mean, I'm pretty much do this because I'm selfish. I just like to hear myself talk. No, I'm kidding. I like to literally listen to other guys in the chat. I think there's more value just listening to you guys speak based on a simple topic, and we share each other's experience. I think there's massive amounts of power in it. And there's a lot of content creators that I like that spend 30 hours a week, which is fine. That's their job. They rely on super chats and cash Venmos and all that stuff to do it. And hey, if they want to be paid because they're putting 30 hours a week in, great. That's not my jam. Never has been. Appreciate the shout out, Mysterio. Even today, when I served in the U.S. Army from 2003 to 17, we always packed our rucksack with only the stuff we were going to need. Use the acronyms C-worms, compressed weapon, optic, radio, map, season. Oh, very well, Alex. Well, thank you for your service, number one. And number two, yeah, you get in that mindset. How much can you typically carry? When I was in Scouts backpacking, we would pack our packs as minimalistic and light as possible. Obviously, freeze-dried food weighed hardly any. We had these little mini stoves. We had water filters, so we didn't have to carry tons of water. We could water filter out of the river or the lake. And our sleeping bags, could fit in the Ziploc bag because they were so small. And it was, simple as that. And I think learning that at such a young age really helped me kind of steer that way. Jawar is back. Just getting up at my ranch as a free agent. There you go, brother. Just get a YMCA membership in the city if one is living. Yeah, that's what they say they do. You can get one of those solar showers too, and you can take a shower or find a lake to jump in and swim. Stream 53 hours a week across 5 channels. No thanks. It's funny. At one point in my life, I sold vascular medical devices, which are basically, vascular means vein. And the way your heart works is your heart pumps the blood to the calf pumps the blood back to your heart. The calf is considered the second heart. And that's how our blood cleans itself, if anybody didn't know that. So the word is vascular. When you sit down, what's happening, like on planes, and I'm sitting down now, my legs are bent. So the blood flow is kinked, right? Imagine a hose where it's kinked, you can't get the water out, or it's very minimal. So when guys are sitting for 30 hours, I'm like, I hope they're wearing some sort of compression sock or a compression garment, which has Velcro, where it's pumping the blood back when you have to sit down. Even truckers should be using compression for their legs, because the way our bodies run and maintain optimal health is by standing and laying down, because there's no kink within our legs to stop the blood flow. So if you guys are sitting all day, get the hell up every 20 minutes. Timmy went to Jared's. Oh, I hope to meet all the men in this chat one day. 100%, Timmy. I was the happiest in my life when I had nothing as a child. I'm going back now. PH. Good to have you. Reverend, don't get married. Don't recommend it. Road Trek 170 van is a good camper van. I've seen those, brother. Yeah. El Gran Macho Toxico, the greatest Brazilian Portuguese red pill man out there. Check his channel out. He's got thousands of followers, and I like listening to him. But as he says, minimalism is the way. Macho is a Brazilian living in London or England somewhere, streaming a lot. That's a lot, but you'll have to translate his chat into English and go from there. But check out his channel. You can obviously translate a lot of his videos as well. We did a collab a while back, and we're going to be doing one coming up. Just been too busy, Macho. Good to have you, brother. Obrigado. My job as a transporter is not sitting down unless I'm on break or there are no runs to do in the hospital. I love not sitting down. I like to walk for like an hour. Just, you can go slow walk. It's just you're up and you're moving and you hear things, you see things. Yeah, MGTOW cowboy Jawara definitely needs compression stockings. And you can buy a lot of them at, the drugstore. Lone Wolf says minimalistic lifestyle is the way to go. Well, it just removes the clutter, the physical clutter, the mental and emotional clutter, the financial clutter. Listen, if you're not spending money on much things, your bank account is feeling good. Look at the ways that you can even minimalize how you get around town. You could probably ride your bike or walk many places. I don't think there's a lot of people that live in the middle of the boonies. Now, if you do, awesome, you're off the grid, but it's going to take a while to get into town and do your grocery shopping, unless you go once every 2 weeks, fill up the basket, things like that. Then you'd have those emergencies, you'd have to go to town. But a lot of us can live, walk, ride bikes, take public transit, just minimalize our whole living situation. And you know what? There's nothing, I'll jump on the train, go down to Salt Lake. It's 2 stops, 20 minutes. It takes you 17 minutes in the car. This train's going 80 miles an hour, and I like to watch and see the people that get on and drops me off in the middle of downtown. I walk around, get back on. Sometimes I drive. Minimalistic thinking you should be literally thinking, how can I minimize my travel? How can I minimize my eating so I'm not spending so much time in the kitchen? Maybe you meal prep. If you love to cook, that's a different story. Surf Shack 2's in the house. Good to see you, brother. Back again. All my friends that are computer guys are basically out of shape. A lot of sitting. Brian says minimalism is the way to go. 1,000%, 100%. We got a lot of fans of the minimalism. Scotty's side. Good to see Scotty out in Beaverton, Oregon. He streams quite a bit. Check out his channel. He's our second Chad in the chat. With long hair, he's all muscular. He looks like Fabio and Thor all in one. What do you think of small houses? I love it. I tried. It's funny you say that. I tried when I moved out of my apartment. It was a 1,200 square foot apartment. I came from a 5,000 foot house, which there was too much space in that house. It was a pain in the ass to maintain. People that want these huge mansions, it's like you only stay in one room, which is typically your bedroom. Men stay in the den, their bedroom. They go to the kitchen only to cook food, or their garage. And so they got 12,000 square feet of nothing. Anyway, I tried to find a house that was small, and I bought this. This is where I wanted to live. It's 1,900 square foot. I only used like 1/4 of the house. I was looking for a house that was like 1,200 square feet. Couldn't find one. I think the smallest house was like 1,500 square feet, and then it jumped from 15 to 2,500, then 25 to like 4,200. Utah just loves big houses. John Boston, legendary. John is in the house. Good to see you. We know that John's friend will not be living a minimalistic lifestyle, especially in the refrigeration and the kitchen area for his new bride, who is the mascot of the fat phobia movement. Fasting is minimalism. That's another thing. Fasting is absolutely a minimalistic way of living because you're minimizing what you're taking in and allowing your body to heal. Women dream of travel with fancy hotels and dinners with, of course, some Mr. Sapp paying for it all. Oh, dude. That's the truth, man. You're too good to me, Rad. Scotty's side. Good stuff. Next time I'm Beaverton, we're hanging out at Ichabod's. I heard an interview from Tori Spelling once. She stated that her rooms in her family home she has never been in. Apparently, Tori Spelling was Aaron Spelling's daughter, right? And Aaron Spelling did all these TV shows in the 70s and 80s. And didn't they have like a house? It was like 100,000 square feet. There was like 60 rooms or something. At that point, it's all ego. It's all ego. I have a 1,500 square foot, had over 35 and 15. There you go. John's 1,500. I'm telling you, I could live in 400 square feet, like a 1-bedroom apartment that's 600 or less, easy, cakewalk. And just think of all the electric it takes to light these big mansions, just wasting energy. Oh, yeah. The 5,000 square foot home just friggin' sucked every little energy out of it. Pain in the ass. If I could go back in time, I'd buy a 190 road trek traveling from state to state. Well, good. Now you need to minimalize your hair. If you lose it, you just shave it. That's minimalism. Be like Rad. Give your friend a new chest freezer for a wedding gift. Oh, I'm sure there's 3 or 4. Why do rich people want a sprawling house with room they would never miss that are tagged in? All about ego, man. These guys are more insecure than the most insecure. Scotty, I'm getting long hair extensions going to be like you and Christo Gale soon. Oh. Rad had this chick call me yesterday and I stopped talking to her 10 months ago. They come out of the woodworks, man. They come out of the woodworks. I live in a 1-bedroom condo. My ex-wife in the huge house she stole off me in divorce. Energy bills are crippling her now. Oh yeah, mine tried to keep the house. I said, no, it's getting sold. She used that old familiar, but the kids need a place to be too. Oh, really? Yeah, half the time they need a place half the time with me. Didn't work. My 2 favorite letters to her were N-O. My favorite word was no. And the greatest thing I said was never. AZ, yes, we need minimalism, space, or tearjerker, reevaluate space. I'd agree with that statement. Rad, if you got rich, be honest, if you had to build a new house, how big would it be? You know, I like to build a container house. I think it'd be really cool to build. If I got really wealthy, I would build like a container house, like somewhere on the beach, probably Mexico, and make it really cool, minimalistic, cool lighting, cool windows, but very probably 1,000 square feet. I'd have a hot tub because I love hot tubs. Maybe a pool, small pool, and that's it. And trails that I could get on my bike and ride my mountain bike, and a helicopter pad. If I got really rich, it would be great to have a helicopter or a private plane. Not because I want to flex, so I can go wherever the hell I want, when I wanted to. Now, down in Mexico, I saw a bunch of yachts, and I asked, whose yacht is that? One was Will Smith's yacht. Another one was this rich guy named Dennis somebody. But these huge yachts that are like literally $30 to $100 million. They never use them. Just flexers. Good to see the Emperor in the house, Chris Mitchell. Check out his channel. I have the same thing happen to me whenever I hear from her. I know she just broke up with someone. That's why they come back, guys. They're trying to see if you're going to be the burner. Don't respond to them. Managed Roy is back from Mumbai, excuse me, not Mumbai. When you say no, you have to mean it. Ain't that the truth? Well, be minimalistic with your words. No. How much more minimalistic can you get than saying no? Be free, Asia. Rad, if you want to get revenge on your enemy, would you fight him or just let it go? I would let it go. Again, if you were trying to fight him and prove your point, you're still giving power to him and the situation. Just let it go. Read a book called The Way of the Peaceful Warrior. Going to Turkey next year to spend $70K to fix thinning hair. Oh, it's not going to work in the end. But if it does, good for you. I do hear that those places over there actually can do a lot of stuff. Don't minimalize your bed mattress, guys. You need to spend 1/3. Yeah, get a good mattress. I have a mattress topper on mine, which helps. RPD is in the house. Good to have you. Rev says, shave your hair, Jawara. Can't stick around, Rebel. Have a good stream. Thanks, brother. I'm going to end it anyways. The worst thing you can do is be indifferent. Indifference strips all power. Well, 100%. The opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference. You don't give a damn anymore. You give no Fs. You guys have been awesome. Live that minimalistic life. Get out. Do the things. Get rid of the shit in your life that you don't need. Buy quality stuff that you don't have to constantly replace. And use that mental, emotional, and physical decluttering to get you to even more places that you desire, both mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. Thanks, Mysterio. You guys have been great. They come because they can't find space. To our beloved Rachela Days. Sorry, but no. Fuera. Fuera, mujeres suelas. Suéltame. Suéltame. All right, guys. Rebel against defeat, chase excellence, masculinity, and of course, men first.